This is HD Videos, and thank you guys for tuning in to part 2 of LiLkim and Foxy Brown. Okay, so I have had some people to comment on the other video, and you guys were deleted, okay? Because you don't know what you're talking about. My question was, and it states it in the title, what caused Foxy Brown to go deaf? Okay, y'all talking about some all kind of other shit. It's irrelevant to me, okay? So if you fail to answer a question, please don't try to answer that question, okay? So that feud sprawled between several diss tracks, such as LiLKim's Notorious K.I.M. Like I told y'all, I was coming back. I had to do my research, and that delegated in 2000. And Foxy Brown versus Capone and Noriega Bang Bang. But we were not talking about that. Those certain albums in that time of the video I recorded or uploaded. I was speaking about LiLkim. Now, like I said, I tried to do another video, guys. Some way I deleted it out of my computer. I don't know how it happened. But anyway, LiLkim recorded hers in July of 2000. And I know Foxy did hers first with the Jamaican lyrics. Okay. So as you know, when Foxy Brown came out with Case, nobody had any idea that she was Jamaican. And then she uploaded her album, Broken Silence. And this was back in, it was before LiLkim, okay? So Foxy Brown recorded that album, Broken Silence, and then LiLkim came with Notorious K.I.M., and then she emulated, but she also added Mexican or Hispanic language onto her album. And then after that, shortly after that, a couple of years later, Foxy Brown came out as deaf, okay? This was the topic, guys. Okay, so the Extra reported then that the tensions came to boil the following February when there were they ran into each other in New York City, and they got into a spat over Foxy Brown's verse. The result in 2000, the shootout over 20 gunshots were fired. If you guys didn't know that, so I'll just express that again. Their feud sprawled several diss tracks, such as LiLKim's Notorious K.I.M. in 2000 and Foxy Brown's verse on Capone and Noriega Bang Bang that same year. And then Extra reported that there were tensions that came to boil between this pair in February when there were entourages ran into each other in New York and got into a spat over Foxy Brown's verse that resulted in a shootout. Over 20 gunshots were fired. Now, I have family in New York, so I know how New York cooperates and how they work. If you're from a different borough, people don't like you. You can be from Bed-Stuy, you can be from White Plains, you can be from Brooklyn, you can be from Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy is for Bed-Stuy. You know what I'm saying? It's all about boroughs. I'm in Illinois, it's all about blocks. So if you're from a certain block, you're from a certain area, you're considered an op. So Foxy was always LiLKim's op, and LiLkim was always Foxy's op, because LiLkim came from a different borough than Foxy Brown. Which, if any New Yorkers are watching this video, you guys know what I'm talking about. So after the police said that LiLkim lied about being in the location where the incident occurred, the rapper served a year behind bars for that shooting. There were 20 shots fired once again, guys. So Foxy Brown reportedly tried to squash the beef, but accordingly to the New York hip hop outlet, Kim was not receptive at all to the situation. Okay, so in December of 2020, fans of both of the rappers on Twitter wanted to see the two rap divas go head to head, and they hit for a hit, and this was versus a battle between the two. So the rumors began to swirl that the Versus team had something in the works with both rappers. They tried to get along, but my question was, guys, you guys are missing the point. Yes, this was physical. We're talking about spiritual. We're talking about beyond rap. We're talking about the powers that be. And my question was in the other videos, if anybody can answer that right, please don't comment if you got nothing to say. What caused Foxy Brown? They had a physical beef, yes, her and LiLkim. If you look at my picture in the video, you see Foxy Brown and you see LiLkim. LiLkim does not look like LiLkim, okay? Foxy Brown always stayed herself, okay? the powers that be. You can always see a change in somebody, and people want to always try to say that these rappers are turning into clones once they look different. I don't think that that's true, but however, I can say that it is probably true, not in all cases. This was the case between Foxy Brown and LiLkim. Now, we all know that LiLkim came out with her little, what, and she was the only one and on a mic. And then Foxy Brown. So my question was, when Foxy Brown made Broken Silence, LiLkim came out with Notorious K.I.M. Why was LiLkim trying to steal Foxy Brown's Jamaican accent in her albums? LiLkim has been around before Foxy Brown, and LiLkim has been rapping before Foxy Brown. Okay, they came out around the same time. Okay, like I said, what caused Foxy Brown to go deaf? You guys are not listening, so don't comment if you don't know what to say. However, Versus's co-founder and hip-hop superstar Swiss Beats quickly shut down any prospects of LiLkim and Foxy Brown reuniting. They were never going to reunite on anything. So Swiss Beats tried to keep the peace, and he clarified after seeing the comments that planned the battle between the two, that battle never happened. It happened in a shootout on Foxy Brown's side. So my thing is, and my question was, what caused Foxy Brown to go deaf? You guys were not listening to what the fuck I had to say. Okay? So all you guys somehow, that's not true. This is not this and this is not that. Make your own content, make your own videos, and create your own YouTube channel. Okay? That was the question. What caused Foxy Brown to go deaf? Okay? And that's all we heard of Inga. Okay, guys? So Foxy Brown did several interviews, and so did LiLkim on Hype 97 with the shootout, and it happened in 2001. So let's go back to when I said that Foxy Brown went deaf. Okay, that was my main cause of the content that I created. So after all of the chaos, for people who really do research, and December 15th of 2005, now like I stated, I will go back and tell you guys when each album came out. So this happened to Foxy Brown, and Ducky Fresh commented on it also, that Foxy went deaf of December of 2015. This is when they addressed that Foxy had suffered her hearing loss. So despite not having a heard human voice in the 6 months. So I guess once you go deaf, it does something with your language, or you're not able to speak properly. And I did not know that, but due to research, come to find out that by Foxy going deaf is what you guys are not understanding. She can still talk and rap and how, but it's kind of hard for her to hear. And so she did do a concert to where she was unable to go with the music that was behind her album when she was rapping. So despite not having a heard human voice in 6 months, at that time, rapper Foxy Brown, she was then 26. She told the reporters that she is strong, resilient, and fortunate, and is focused on her necessary surgery to restore her hearing. So despite not having heard a hearing voice, like I said, Brown, whose real name is Inga Marchard, was diagnosed with a sudden severe hearing loss. I'm not really sure that too many people, it's probably like 10% to 9% people that get diagnosed with a sudden hearing loss. And so my question in my content that I posted earlier, guys, is that Ingrid Marchard, known as Foxy Brown, was diagnosed with a sudden means all of a sudden, okay? And severe hearing loss, you fuckers. Now, I'm not talking about all of my viewers. I'm talking about the ignorant people who are trying to post on the other video, trying to tell me how to post my content and what to say, and they ain't got no YouTube channel. Go to your channel and post content on what you believe. Don't come over here spewing and putting paragraphs after paragraph. We don't need a novel, okay? I asked the question. I don't need y'all to tell me that this is not true and that is not true. So if you want to dictate your opinion, make your own content. Okay? She was diagnosed with a sudden and severe hearing loss. And this was in May. Since that time, she has spent many confusing, agonizing nights crying in isolation and sorrow. And normally when somebody does voodoo on somebody, these are the symptoms of voodoo attacks. I don't care what anybody says. Now, I'm going to state that again. I'm going to say it again, guys. And this is what's written on Billboard. Google it for yourself. Okay? So Brown, she said despite her real name is Inga, so she stood with the supporters, and including Russell Simmons came out, and Kimora Simmons, and the rapper Dougie Fresh came out, and they supported her with her legal team, okay, and the medical team. They got a medical team for this girl. She spent agonizing nights with her all of a sudden, and severe hearing loss. Okay, since that time, she has been spinning in her own confusion and agonizing nights and crying in isolation and sorrow. Death doesn't just come upon us. We're born with it. If you're going to be deaf or you're going to be not able to speak, you will be born with those. Or if you're born with any kind of handicap, normally you will be born with that. So for her to come throughout her career, and I watched Foxy Brown throughout her career, and for her to get that, and then all of a sudden go into hearing loss, and it said that it was all of a sudden, and it was very severe, guys. Pay attention. I know you guys on YouTube think everybody's a conspiracy theory, but if you do research and you wake up things that nobody's talking about or nobody's paying attention to, and you look and research yourself, and you have to say something is wrong with the situation. What is really going on? And that was my only question. So for all of y'all that made comments that I had to, delete your comment, it was kind of like stupidity, okay? Don't just post on my channel in my comment section and you're not prepared, okay? So they were moving forward with her treatment, and this was Aries, and she refused to reveal specifics of the treatment of the surgery or the length of recovery time. And this was involving the steps that would begin in January when that happened. So as you guys know, Brown's album included her 1996, and that's when she did it with Lil Nas, and then she did something in 1999, and that was China Down, and then 2001 was her Broken Silence. Like I said, LiLkim did Notorious K.I.M. in 2006, and Foxy did Broken Silence in 2001. So Foxy came out with her Jamaican accent and came out as Jamaican in 2001, and it was called Broken Silence. And if you guys have not put the puzzles and the pieces together, Broken Silence. And then she ended up deaf, okay? So for all my real people out there that's paying attention to what I'm saying, because I'm not just putting out any kind of content, pay attention. For all you illiterate, still in Pampers people, move on to the next video. Don't comment because you're going to be blocked. Okay? So she was working on her next set, and it was called Black Roses before she went deaf, before the witchcraft happened on her. Because I know it was. It was a spiritual attack on Inga. Then, before she could bring out Black Roses, she was diagnosed with her hearing loss. Okay, so how did she get diagnosed with a hearing loss? And she put out these albums. She was working with JayZ. Everything was fine until she became into a rivalry with LiLkim. Like I said, you guys don't have to believe me. Hollywood is real. And these curses and these rituals are real. Okay? And all I was asking was for people to comply with me, not comply with me, but just comment on, yeah, that's a real good question. Not saying that I know what I know. Don't come in here telling me what to do and how to run my channel. Make your own video, ma'am. You know who you are in the last video, okay? So after that, guys, news of her condition spread last week while Brown was in a New York court. And this is when she got locked up on those 2004 assault charge. And she was pretty much totally deaf then. Okay. And then her attorney said that she cannot hear him and she can write things back and forth. She can only write things. She couldn't even speak. So anything I have to communicate with her now, it has to be written, and her lawyer Brown and Sapoka subsequently parted their ways after that case. Like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned for part 3.